What's something that you're most proud of that you've accomplished during your time at First Acceptance? Let's see, Calvin, do you want to take that one on?
Yes, even being one of the Wink recipients, and one of the main reasons for that, shout out Michael Govell, was me trying to bring awareness to our customer service team. Right, we love our extended family, claims, legal, underwriting, but I also want to make sure that we shed a spotlight on our team members who are dealing with our customers on a day-to-day basis. So that's one of the things that I try to advocate for, actually on LinkedIn. And so, awareness was brought to the customer service team, and I was recognized for it. So I appreciate that. And then one other thing that I want to add to it is actually being able to touch my team members and help them to progress to the next chapter of their career. And so when I sit back and hear some of the stories that they have for me and giving me my just dues for helping them reach that next level, it's amazing. I love those accomplishments.
Absolutely. It's all about helping those around you too, right? Teresa, what about you? What's something you're most proud of that you've accomplished here during your time at First Acceptance?
I'm proud that I didn't allow my ego to get in the way. When I began my career here with First Acceptance, it was actually as an express adjuster. And I remember for a brief moment in the application process, I questioned myself on the idea of applying for the role because of the experience that I had previously. And the moment I began to question the idea, a sense of peace came over me, Cheryl, and I instantly felt drawn to complete the application. And I remember having this strange sense of confidence that this was just to get me in the door. In my heart, I knew I was meant to be a leader within this organization, but I just had to trust the process. So I began in August of 2021, August 9th, in fact, and Damon is the one who hired me, and I reported to him. By November 1st of 2021, I was promoted to the one and only renters adjuster. And I remember about a year into that role, I thought to myself, I want to learn more. So with the support of my then manager, I reached out to my director and I asked to set up an appointment with him because I wanted to interview for a role as a supervisor that hadn't even existed at the time. So thankfully, he didn't brush me off, and I didn't care if he thought I was crazy. I wanted it. And when a new supervisor role did happen, it was given to another person. But I wasn't bitter. I was excited and I celebrated that new manager. The second role opened and sorry, I'm going to start over. So I'm proud that I didn't allow my ego to get in the way, Cheryl. I began my career here with First Acceptance as an express adjuster. For a brief moment in the application process, I actually questioned myself on the idea of applying. Because of the history that I had, the experience, I thought, why start entry level? But the moment that I started to have those thoughts, I had a sense of peace and calm that had taken over. And instantly I felt drawn to completing the application. And then I remember having this strange sense of confidence that said this was just to get me in the door. I knew in my heart I was meant to be a leader within this organization, but I just had to trust the process. So I began on August 9th of 2021, hired by Damon. By November 1st of 2021, I was promoted and I ran our renters department as the only adjuster. And then I remember about a year in, I thought to myself, I wanted to learn more. And so with the support of my current manager, or with my then manager, I reached out to my director to set an appointment with him because I wanted to interview for a supervisor role that didn't even exist. So thankfully, he didn't brush me off. He did allow us to meet, and I didn't care if he thought I was crazy. I wanted it. And then when a new supervisor role did open, it went to another person, but I wasn't bitter. I was excited and I celebrated the new manager. And then the second role opened and I applied for that one. And I remember I asked in the program with me. I wasn't chosen for that role either. But again, I was content because I knew what the Lord had for me was for me, and there was nothing that anybody could do about it. And a short time later, that same director offered me the third manager role that became available. But not only did he offer me the role, he allowed me to bring that renters program with me and the fire and theft. So I'm thankful and I'm proud that I didn't give up and I trusted myself.
Yep. It'll happen when it's supposed to happen, right?
Absolutely.
Always.
My goodness.
And we're happy you're here.
Thank you. I'm happy to be here.
Damon, what about you? What is something you're proud of that you've accomplished during your time here at First Acceptance?
Um, my tenure here at First Acceptance has I've served several different roles since I've been here. I started as a casualty adjuster, went to CCU, property damage manager, and now I think my biggest accomplishment is being a casualty claims manager. And I manage CCU adjusters, so complex adjusters that handle some of the most complex files in the company. So I go back to not giving up and always, striving to move forward and pushing myself and always keeping goals. So I think that's my greatest accomplishment.
Wow, that's fantastic. Well, I'm happy all of you guys are here and all the stuff you guys have done. So thank you.